Estradiol, is it good or is it bad for you? And do you need it? Let's find out. Estradiol is the most potent form of estrogen you make, and your ovaries make the majority of your estrogen until you're in menopause. Then your adrenal glands make a little. Estradiol is known as E2 since it was discovered after estrone, which is known as E1. And there's an E3 too. It's Estriol. 3 forms of estrogen, and they're not created equally. But let's talk about estradiol. Estradiol is produced by your ovarian follicles, the wannabe eggs of the month. Only 1, or in rare occasions 2 follicles will mature enough to ovulate. The rest of the 600 or so follicles produce estradiol. Your ovarian follicles get triggered to develop by follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, produced by your pituitary gland in response to low estradiol levels. It's like a seesaw. If your estrogen level is low, your FSH is high, and vice versa. In women with active menstrual cycles, the ovaries produce between 70 and 500 micrograms of estradiol daily. Estradiol is then converted to estrone, and some of the estrone is converted to estriol. After menopause, estrone made in the adrenal glands is the most active circulating estrogen. Estradiol has a short half-life, so your fat cells convert it into estrone. There are 3 types of estrone: the good 2-hydroxyl, the bad 4-hydroxyl, and the ugly 16-hydroxyl. I call them good, bad, and ugly because the bad 4-hydroxyl estrone is carcinogenic, and the ugly 16-hydroxyl estrone is inflammatory, contributing to fibrocystic breast condition and uterine fibroids. Estradiol causes growth and development of female sex organs and influences female body contours. Estradiol keeps your bones strong by preventing excess bone loss or osteoporosis. And estradiol also creates healthy cervical mucus to enhance your fertility and stimulates the growth of the endometrium or inner lining of your uterus. Synthetic estradiol is what makes up half of the hormones in birth control pills, and it's often prescribed for women with low estrogen levels, like those going through menopause. Only available by prescription, estradiol can be taken orally, sublingually under the tongue, or transdermally as a patch, cream, or gel. I never recommend taking estradiol orally. That's because steroid hormones like estrogen can increase your risk of forming blood clots. It's best to bypass your liver's first metabolism of estrogen by taking it sublingually or transdermally. Progesterone is always prescribed with estrogen unless you've had a hysterectomy. But even for my patients without an intact uterus, I prescribe progesterone to protect their breasts, colon, skin, and enhance bone growth. The benefits of taking estradiol are manyfold. Estradiol enhances memory and learning and lifts menopausal brain fog fast. Estradiol also helps prevent and reverse aging of the skin, hair, nails, and eyes. In fact, declining estradiol levels in perimenopause changes the shape of your eyes, which makes it difficult to see close up. Topical estrogen helps heal atrophied vaginal tissue, increasing sexual lubrication, enhancing orgasmic potential, and improving urinary continence, so you're not leaking all the time. Estradiol reduces bad types of LDL cholesterol and increases good types of HDL cholesterol, which lowers your risk for heart disease and stroke if you don't take it orally. But like all prescriptions, estradiol has side effects. If estrogen is out of balance with progesterone, then you can have breakthrough bleeding or spotting, or even heavy periods. Since estradiol enhances breast growth, it can cause breast pain and enlargement. Some women are prone to gallstones, and estradiol can increase the risk, causing incredible abdominal pain. Estrogens can cause sodium and fluid retention, leading to edema. Tan and brown patches known as melasma may develop on your forehead, cheeks, or temples from using estradiol, and these may persist even after estrogen is stopped. Blood clots are an occasional but serious adverse effect and are dose-related. The higher the dose of estradiol, the more likely the blood clots are to form. Remember, if you take it orally. Cigarette smokers are at a much higher risk for clots, and therefore patients taking estrogen therapy are strongly encouraged to quit smoking. Estrogen can increase the risk of endometrial cancer if used without progesterone. Some women also have a higher chance of developing breast cancer while taking estrogens. So, is there an alternative to estradiol? The third estrogen, Estriol, is highly effective in the treatment of menopausal symptoms. and it seems to be safer than estradiol alone. The benefits of Estriol, in part, are explained by its mixed stimulating and non-stimulating effects on estrogen receptors. When Estriol is given together with estradiol, the estradiol-specific stimulation to the cells is decreased. Breast cancer seems to be stimulated by specific estrogen receptors known as alpha receptors rather than beta receptors. Estradiol and estrone bind to the alpha receptors. Estriol, on the other hand, binds to and activates beta estrogen receptors, which may be associated with a reduced risk of breast cancer. It's hard to decide what is the best way to treat your menopausal symptoms. Your healthcare provider may not give you all the available options. Join us in our hormone support group where we discuss alternatives to conventional hormone replacement therapy. Just sign up for your free hormone reboot training and you'll get the support you need. Estriol is often compounded with estradiol to create an effective but safer form of estrogen therapy. Plus, Estriol is particularly effective at rejuvenating vaginal tissues during menopause and even postpartum. Many new moms find that sex after birthing a baby can be painful due to breastfeeding, suppressing natural estrogen production. Topically applied Estriol vaginal cream can really help and is safe while breastfeeding. Again, if you choose to take estradiol, be sure you're taking adequate progesterone to counterbalance it. I'll see you in the next video.